Welcome everyone to a new IELTS tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about how we can solve this type of question. It is called complete the notes below. You will see the best way to solve this type of question. So this is going to be really helpful video. So before we dive into solving this video, I want to say that if you're new here, click on the subscribe button to join us and also like this video. So let's get started. So this is from Cambridge 17, and the title of this passage is "The Dead Sea is Cold." We don't know what is it, but looking at this date, as you can see, there is an ancient, this something CE. So this is from a history passage from my point of view. So first, before we solve the complete the notes below, I have to read the instructions. So the instruction says we have to choose one word only. So yeah, our answer should be one word. Okay. So first of all, we got some keywords, and I have to look at this keyword in the passage before I solve this question. So let's find out what the keyword is. We got 150, we got Qumran 1946 and 7. 1946 and 7, we got uh, more keywords here, as you can see. Parchment or papyrus. This is a really nice. So one good thing about history passage is that you will be familiar with the keywords. You will get keywords more often than other scientific passage. So we got the keyword. Let's go back to the passage and see where the location of the answer is. So we got 1946 and 47. We got Qumran and 150 BCE. Okay, that's okay. So our right answer should be like in the first few paragraphs as we get the keywords from here. So let's look at the question first. Three Bedouins shepherd in their teens were near an opening on side of a cliff, heard a noise of a breaking when one teenager threw a something. So one teenager threw a something. So what the teenager threw? It can be a ball, it can be a stone, it can be something, I'm predicting. So like there were three Bedouin shepherds, and on one of them threw a something. So what is it? We will have to look at the passage. Teenagers went into the and found a number of containers made of. So what is the containers made of? It can be made of clay, it can made of something. So the materials of the containers. And for this question, the teenagers went into the river, they went into the like mountain. So what is it? It can be cliff, it can be something. So this teenager went into somewhere, it can be a place, and the materials made of something, it can be the materials, okay, the materials of the container. And the first one is through a something, it can be like a stone, it can be a ball or whatever else, something that we can throw. What we can throw? We can throw a stone, we can throw a ball. So we will look at the passage and find our answer. So let's go back to the passage. So in late 1946 or early 1947, three Bedouin teenagers were tending their goat and sheep near the ancient settlement of Qumran, located on the northwest shore of the Dead Sea in what is now known as the West Bank. So it's just like talking about something, the background, but here we don't find our answer. So let's read more to find out the answer. One of these young shepherds tossed a rock. Yes, this is the answer. First one. In the questions we find through, but here we find tossed. So one of the young shepherds tossed a rock. So the answer should be a rock. Okay, it's not a stone, not a ball, it's a rock. Okay, so it's just as easy as it is. You have to just put it as it is in the passage. Let's move on. into an opening on the side of a cliff and was surprised to hear a shattering sound. He and his companion later entered the cave. Yes, this is it. In the questions, it says went to, but in the passage, it say entered. They later entered the cave. There was an definitive article, and there is a definitive article as well. So the second one, it should be cave. Went into the cave and found a number. So we need to find out the containers and what's the materials of the containers. Let's read it from here. And stumble across a collection of large clay jars. Yes, that is clay. So jars is made out of clay. If I say something like that, um, gold iPhone. Okay, there are some exist. So you will see the iPhone is made out of gold, right? So there is a saying clay jars. So the jars is made out of clay, as it should be. So our next answer is clay. So I'm just put it clay as our answer. So the containers is made out of clay. So let's find out 150 BCE, because if we can find it, our answers of these questions would be in the same location. So let's see. Thought to have been written by a group of people known as the. Okay. So we will find out a group of people and they are known as something. So they can be known as, like we say Bedouin, like we say something like, for example, if I say that YouTube, for example, if I say YouTube known as YT, known as YT. So that is the simple form, but we need to find out in the passage that some group of people and what they called. What is they called? Okay. Then the next one is written mainly in the language. So it should be talk about language. It can be Arabic language. It can be any kind of language. So whatever they found in the passage, they will mention about the language. Okay, let's move on to the passage. So here is our keyword 150 BC, and let's read from here. According to the prevailing theory, there are the work of a population that inhabited the area until Roman troops destroyed the settlement around 70 BC. The areas was known as the Judge at that time, and the people are thought to have belonged to a group called the Essens. Yes, okay, we got a trap here. So the area is known as something called the Judu, and people means the group of people. Okay, so people are known as Essens. So our answer should be Essens. Isnes. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but something like that. Isnes, because we need to find out what is the group called, not the area. So that is why our answer is Isnes. Okay, I'm just putting it here. Isnes. Okay. And then we need to find out what is the language. Okay. The majority of the text on the Dead Sea Scrolls are in Hebrew. Yes, that is the answer. As you can see, they use something synonym. The majority of the text, like written in Hebrew, and in the questions we are told that written mainly is something the synonym of majority. If I say mainly, it means majority. Okay, so that is why it is written in Hebrew. It was very easy gap filling. So we have done with it. It's it was very easy because for example, you will get this type of questions in the passage 1, and the passage 2 and 3 tends to be more complex and complicated with scientific passages. But here we got something like from a history, and history passages is usually tends to very easy in terms of difficulty. So how to solve the gap filling? You have to find out the keywords is the first step. Then locate the answer in the passage and then read carefully what the passage is telling and what we need to find out from the questions. This way you can solve many type of gap filling questions more easily. Thank you everyone. Hit the like buttons and share this video with your friends.